What's up, guys? So I got a question the other day and it said, why don't you do natty or not videos? And it's true. Out of more than 100 videos, I've never done specifically a natty or not video. And that's for a few reasons, which I'm going to talk about in this video. First, sometimes I don't know.
I'm sorry, I just don't know. You don't know? I'm sorry. You don't know? You don't know?
I just don't know if someone is natural or not. I don't have any personal experience with steroids, and while I've read a little bit about them and have, consumed some content to do with steroids, I don't have the knowledge of someone like a Greg Doucette or a More Plates, More Dates who have personal experience with this topic. So for me, honestly, I wouldn't be able to go into the detail that they would. They can talk about like water retention or gynecomastia.
I showed him pictures of his nipples, and I don't want to sound odd or weird, but I put together a collage. What in the world am I looking at? Why does every freaking nipple picture look different? What is going on with this guy?
Or high blood pressure, or the genetics behind everything, and they can talk very intelligently and
nipples,
and in great detail about the evidence of if someone is on steroids or not on steroids. I can sort of do that, but they can do it far better than I can, so what's the point?
Nipples.
There is a continuum. There's going to be people who are clearly not natural. If someone is an IFBB pro, professional bodybuilder, if they are a Mr. Olympia competitor, if they do this for a living, if they're massive, shredded, vascular, jacked, stacked, packed to the max all the time, they're probably not natural, okay? If their FFMI is like 28, 29, 30, 40, not natural, okay? On the other hand, you have people who are maybe not that developed. They're 21, 22 FFMI, they look good, they look decent, but there's no real evidence of steroid use. However, there's no reason someone can't look like shit and still take steroids. So I'm not gonna bet my left nut that someone is natural just because they look okay. They can still use, and I actually know people who have gone down that road and they still look like crap. If you have bad genetics, bad training, bad diet, and then you just take steroids or SARMs, you're still gonna look like crap. And a lot of people do that and they ruin their health even though they're not natural. So that doesn't really make any sense at all, but it happens. Then you have this gray area, this area in the middle where it's not clear they're using, it's not clear that their physique is attainable or achievable naturally, and they're in this gray zone. In terms of FFMI, I would say this is probably 23 to 27. This is where you look pretty impressive, especially if you're lean, and it might not be obvious if you are using or not using. Most of the interesting natty or not videos are going to be people in this territory, simply because if you're in the very, very big or very, very small category, well, there's no point in doing a natty or not video. So most natty or not videos are going to be on these people in the middle. This can be really difficult to tell if someone is natural or not. You can look at their
nipples,
physique before, you can look at their rate of progression, you can look at the other signs and symptoms of anabolic steroid use.
nipples.
But at the end of the day, a lot of the times you don't know. And I don't really want to make a video accusing someone of doing something when I'm not actually sure. Fake weights, sure. It's very obvious and, a blind person can see what's happening. But anabolics, not always as clear. Sometimes, but not always. Furthermore, it's not useful. How is this useful to the viewer? I want to make content that helps people. Whether it's on Quora or Medium or Instagram or YouTube, my primary purpose is making content that can help people. How does a natty or not video on some asshole influencer actually help you? It might be entertaining, it might be click-worthy, it might be clickbait, but it's not actually going to be useful, actionable, practical, pragmatic information that can actually help you. So it's not the kind of content that I am really interested in making. I might assess someone's natural status when I'm making a video on them. So if someone has good content or interesting content or is big enough to make a video on, I might mention if they are natural or not natural, just in passing. but I can't imagine making a whole video just on if someone has used steroids or not. Why are so many people clicking on these videos? It's not useful at all. So, in summary, it's not something that I have a lot of specific knowledge about. It's not something that I actually find interesting whatsoever. It's not something that can actually help people who watch my content, which is the primary reason that I'm making content in the first place. And it's something that I could fuck up. So, what's the point in me doing those videos? The answer is, there is 0 point in me making natty or not videos. So, I will never make one. I don't really see the point. And that is the final answer to that question. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!
Should you subscribe or watch another video?
I'm sorry. I just don't know. You don't know? I'm sorry. You don't know?